Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Wonderful.
How are you,
Wonderful
Andy?
place to be. We're in a Phantom extended wheelbase. I mean, you know, and it's a sunny day. We're in the south of France, so it's
What could be better?
yes. So just before we start, when we present the car, I want your experience like you've stepped into this car for the very first time. It's like a luxury hotel. When you open that bedroom and you walk into that room, you'd like to have the sensation of being the very first person in that room.
Now that you mention it, yes, I remember having the same feeling all throughout my Rolls-Royce experience so far.
Good, good. Well, we strive for perfection, as they say.
Thank you for that. Andy, if I might start with a question to you.
Yes.
What do you do for Rolls-Royce?
Multiple positions. All of them are fabulous, and I'm honoured to represent Rolls-Royce in various parts of the world. But essentially, I'm their product and driver trainer globally, and I've been fortunate enough to work with them for 17 years.
17 years?
17 years, and it's interesting to see different customers that are coming on board now, and yeah, it's been a fabulous experience, and especially getting to spend time in these wonderful creations. And I drive them all in my own car. It's important to know the history. You know, it's not a history lesson per se, but it's important to know the foundation of the company, so they understand the meaning of the company and why we do certain things that we do, and even the word chauffeur, where even that comes from. You know.
Before coming back to the chauffeuring part,
Yes.
now that you mentioned the history, we in Romania are fortunate enough to have in Chiar collection the complete lineup of Phantom 1 to 6.
Congratulations.
In Chiar collection, yes. And I have been fortunate enough to drive the Phantom 4.
Which is the only car made for heads of state.
Exactly. So I have to assume that you had the honor of driving historical models of Phantom.
Yes, I have. Yes.
Which is your favorite?
I think the Phantom 4, because of its rarity, but also the very early Phantoms, because this is where it all started. I don't actually have a favorite, very much like the current model lineup.
Yeah.
I don't have a favorite because I think they are all suited to specific purposes, and sometimes even where you live. You know, sort of the location and the type of roads that you have. But coming back to the original lineup of Phantoms, I mean, they're all just wonderful pieces of art, I would call them now, and also engineering. So I think the most special one, because of its rarity, is probably the 4.
The 4.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm sorry to want to put this into perspective, but it seems like you've been with Rolls-Royce for close to 20% of their existence.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Luckily, it's not 20% of my existence.
That's a good one, yeah.
I have a little more age, but however, Rolls-Royce are coming up to the 120th birthday very soon.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So
fascinating history.
Wonderful, wonderful. And when we're training drivers, whether it's a dealership or, may I suggest, chauffeurs in particular, because this is the reason we're here today. Yeah. It's important to know the history. When it comes to the actual driving side, I've created a sort of a foundation of 3 words where a chauffeur should try and adhere to it the best possible. That's someone that is sharp, effortless, and professional. So those 3 words, attach those to everything that you do, and you won't go far wrong. Sharp often is translated into some countries as being a little bit arrogant, like sharp.
Okay.
But sharp in English means someone that's sophisticated and well presented.
Okay.
We often say like a James Bond in a Brioni dinner jacket, that type of thing. Other dinner jackets are available.
Good one. Okay.
And of course, something I haven't added on to there, apart from sharp, effortless, and professional, is safe.
Yeah.
And safety is the byproduct of a combination of things. You can't just be safe. You have to create safety, and the biggest contributor to safety is space. create space. You create space, you create safety. No one ever crashed into space.
That's a good point.
It's difficult, and I know very, very challenging in some countries, some cities.
Yeah.
And you know, I've been driving in parts of Asia, like we've discussed, and it's often quite a challenge. But create space, and you create safety.
What about effortless?
Effortless, you can see, is like the way I'm balancing the car now, and the way I'm moving the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Even the way I'm holding the steering wheel, there's no tension. It's easy to say to somebody, oh, just relax. A lot of people find driving a car of this value quite challenging, quite nerve-wracking, should we say. But you know, practice does make perfect, and generally, to be effortless, to be relaxed, you need preparation, whether it's just physical preparation or whether it's just mental preparation, or whether it's simple things like planning your route, checking for obstacles, getting as much information as you can.
Okay.
And that creates that relaxed lack of tension. We know that, you know, if you're going into a business presentation with very little knowledge, you're tense. If you have a lot of knowledge, you're relaxed.
Okay, and this brings us to professional.
Of course. I think your professional approach, simple things like identifying your customer, your client, your guest. And this is occasionally very different. If you're collecting someone from an airport, you know, at least know their name.
Absolutely.
And so you can address them accurately. But then, of course, different people from around the world will have different ways of addressing them. Some countries, it's rude to introduce yourself and shake their hand, for instance, and you must know this. And that's the professional side. And this dovetails into what type of chauffeur you are and you want to be, whether you're a private chauffeur for a family or chauffeuring for, let's say, a large hotel chain.
It's been highly insightful, this short ride that we've taken, and
just touching the surface.
Exactly. We've just touched the surface, but
the course is a day long, you know.
Okay.
Thank you
So very much.